Hi everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Crashmo. In the last part, we got the first 10 puzzles finished with, and now we get a progress report. So after every 10 levels, you'll get a report of all the birds that you've saved, and you get to feel really cool about it right in front of Poppy, where you just kind of do your typical I win pose. Sure, whatever. So these earlier videos, earlier parts, I guess, I'm going to have it set up to where you see the progress report at the beginning of the beginning of a part that changes halfway through, and I change it to where it's just at the end of the video. It doesn't really matter that much, but yeah. Alright, so Papa Blox here is telling us about the Crashmo Maker Studio. So every Crashmo game has a Maker Studio built into it, where you can make your own unique little puzzles, and the way that you access them or can share them with people is all you need is a little QR code. You scan the QR code with your 3DS, and you get to play the level. Alrighty, so now starting off with Lesson 11 here. Starting off with Lesson 11 and just the parts from here, it's going to get a little bit easier. So yeah, for a second here I just saw Crashmo Studio. It's there, it's in the main menu. I don't know why I decided to go back, so I'm going to switch over to top screen once I pick this puzzle. But yeah, okay, anyway, I keep losing track. The next 4 sets of levels, sets are always going to be, next 4 sets of levels, which every set is 10 levels. It's more or less just going to be reinforcing the basic ideas of Crashmo, pushing blocks, pulling blocks, sliding them, changing the weight bearing of it, and things like that. So, early on, it's going to be pretty simple. You might notice the length of this video is a little shorter than the previous one. I don't have to get through any important Crashmo lore, aside from, I guess, the Crashmo Studio. You know, Papa Blox knew about that, so I guess I had to include that, but yeah. So, for most of this part, it's pretty smooth sailing. I make a mistake kind of towards the end of the set of levels, but yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Basics, another cool thing about Crashmo, I guess, to bring up here with that last puzzle is, usually it doesn't matter whether you push or pull when you start a puzzle, as long as you essentially stay consistent with it from there on out, knowing which part is essentially your front and your back, and building your staircase to the top based on that, which is pretty cool. Okay, so once again, Papa Blox is going to stop us because we're still kind of in tutorial land. They still want to teach us some more of the advanced, what they consider advanced mechanics, what I refer to as, you're not going to beat this game if you don't know these mechanics, I'm telling you. Okay, so yeah, what you can basically do is slide the pieces of Crashmo that are in front or behind the one that you're standing on without moving the one you're standing on. And you can use that mechanic to sort of guide yourself to the next portion of the puzzle that you need to take care of. It's pretty cool. Most puzzles take advantage of this. Yeah. Another cool thing about this game also comes from puzzles like this. Puzzles where you essentially kind of have an outline and a shape in the middle. Most people in the case will be like, oh, I gotta use the shape in the middle to climb up. Well, sort of. You want to always keep in mind where the outline is, because that also can act as a stairwell, as you can see right here. There's a little staircase, and I tried to jump, but I wanted to make the path a little bit simpler. We'll get into something referred to as like diagonal jumps. Those are pretty important for navigation and can help alleviate some issues of having everything perfectly set. This game normally expects excellence though. Like, if you make a small mistake, that could be the difference between finishing the puzzle in the next 30 seconds or restarting the last 10 minutes of work you put into the puzzle. Which is why Crashmo is very infamous for, is well known for being so difficult. I meant to say infamous for being difficult, but or infamous for its difficult. See, I can't speak. I don't know why I did this Let's Play. I'm being honest. I don't know how words work. I don't actually speak the English language. I feel I more just kind of stumble through it in life always. Okay, so I kind of forget how this game works, despite the fact that I already have a very clear path to the top. But I guess I wanted to make it look as clear as possible, so that's why I'm really trying to explain it. Right. Okay, so here's the first example of doing a diagonal jump. Essentially, if a block is one away from you and to the left or right one, you can essentially still jump to it and access it without needing some sort of path to it. I think a later puzzle will also really highlight that you can jump one block. You can jump from you can jump to a platform that's a block away from you. In fact, this is not one where that happens. I was gonna say it was. That was the beauty of that there. I wasn't actually telling the truth. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna lie again, I promise. Probably. I might make a mistake, who knows? I'm trying. So yeah, most of these puzzles early on are pretty simple. You have this one here, it's shaped like a ghost. It's pretty easy. Then I believe the one after this is very similar to it. It's essentially, it's just a little bit different, and I do mess up on that one. But I don't mess up on this one because I am good at video games. At least that's what I tell myself. Okay, so I had to reposition the back piece there in order to make a proper path up. And if I know how to jump and actually platform, I can make it to the top and get this weird bowl cut bird. The bowl cut bird. Alright, so the next portion I messed up on. I put something in the wrong place, but we have a nice cut here to signify when the actual good run begins. So we get that, and it cuts here. I really tried. I really did try. I think I just rewinded it because I messed up horribly. So we got to pull out the bottom block here, set this up in such a way to where it doesn't get trapped. It still has something supporting it. And then essentially we can make a little path toward the top, and we are set to go. Yeah. Simple as that. You might also notice that I'm kind of moving maybe a little bit stiff for this game. This game is not really stiff at all. It's got pretty smooth movement. I'm just kind of going slow earlier on just to really, I guess, visually communicate what's supposed to be done. Since this kind of game can be very difficult for certain people to understand. And, I mean, it is just kind of weird to wrap your head around anyway. I know when I started, I had some trouble. So I forget how the game works again for a couple seconds, but I fixed the problem immediately. Set it up so we have sort of like a little two-tiered staircase, and we're good to go. Alright, so from there, I think we have our last puzzle for this set. Yeah, I don't really have a lot to say about these earlier ones. There just isn't that much to them. They're pretty simple puzzles, and it's not a lot to them. Of course, Papa Blox here has to emphasize how difficult this puzzle is, but yeah, I'm not bad at a baby game like this and these baby puzzles. I know how to play the game, because I know how to push blocks. So we're going to get towards the top here at the end, and that's it for this part. I will see you for the next 10 levels in part 3.